Hello and a very warm welcome to everyone joining us here on DFB TV as we bring you the 39th Women's DFB Cup final live from Cologne, from the Rhein-Energie Stadium. A matchup between VfL Wolfsburg and SC Freiburg, two teams who have been out in outstanding form throughout the competition. Just one goal conceded for Freiburg on their journey to the final. No goals conceded by Wolfsburg. Absolutely incredible. And should make for a fantastic final. Wolfsburg, of course, back-to-back champions, 4 titles in a row, looking to make history with a 5th here this afternoon. But history could be written for Freiburg as well, who find themselves in their first final and a first chance to lift that DFB Cup there, brought out by Horst Hrubesch, of course the former national team manager. Helped the national side qualify for the World Cup in France this summer before Martine Vos-Tecklenburg took over the national women's team. Players making their way out of the tunnel as we speak, led by their captains Clara Schöneck for Freiburg and of course Nilla Fischer for Wolfsburg. And this should be a very, very interesting encounter. Wolfsburg, of course, the favourites going into this final. But Freiburg, as they've shown, perhaps not in the Bundesliga, but in the DFB Cup, that they are not to be underestimated. Should it be a draw after 90 minutes, there will be no extra time added on. It will go straight to penalties. So possible added drama if there's nothing to separate the two sides. German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier in attendance. Next to him, of course, the DFB Vice President Hannelore Ratzeburg. And now the national anthem. So there we have it, almost time to get down to business here in Cologne. The Rhein-Energie Stadium, the home of the Women's DFB Cup final since 2010. A fantastic venue with plenty here to support both these sides. Brilliant atmosphere, as is always the case in Germany with women's football. Fantastic following, wonderful support. Not just for the national side, but at club level as well, as we can see here today. Really is a wonderful turnout. Let's hope that the match itself lives up to expectations. No reason it shouldn't. Susanne Kunke, the referee for the final here this afternoon. Time for the team photos before we get things underway. So Wolfsburg with 5 DFB Cups to their name. All 5 coming in the last 6 seasons. The only other team to win it in the last 6 seasons is FFC Frankfurt, who still top the table when it comes to the amount of DFB Cups won. Frankfurt with 9, but Wolfsburg very much the top team at the moment, currently riding high in the Bundesliga as well. 7 points clear of second place Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, the team. Wolfsburg crashed out of this competition in the semi-finals as well, with a fantastic 4-0 drumming. Both teams getting off to raring starts in the competition. Wolfsburg beating Hannover 96 11-0 in the first round, while Freiburg went one better and put 12 past Vorwärts Spoho 98. Freiburg putting 2 past Hoffenheim in the semi-final to book their place in the final this afternoon. Let me take you through the 11 players out on the pitch for each side, starting with Wolfsburg. Schult, Jakabfi, Fischer, Gunnar Stottier, Peter Blessepop, Pajor, Harder, Hansen and Gößling. And Freiburg, Nuding in goal. Then Gwyn, Minge, Beck, Starke, Stegemann, Bühl, Van Lunteren, Hegenauer, Kirchberger, and the captain, Clara Schöne. On screen there, looking ready to go. And the action gets underway here in Cologne. So Wolfsburg heavy favourites, some would say. I'm not so sure it's going to be such a one-sided affair between these two. Freiburg down in 7th in the league table. Really have been a fantastic cup run, and they'll want to finish it off in style here. No better way and to find a way past Wolfsburg, who have been, well, next to unstoppable this season. Not just in the cup, but in the league as well. Decent little knock-on will be chased down there by Eva Pajor. Kirchberger with the clearance for Freiburg, puts it upfield, well run out of play just inside the Freiburg half here. And Pajor looking for a way past Kirchberger, the latter winning the battle. Early cross in, danger not quite dealt with, and almost, well, it was an early opportunity for Wolfsburg there. Lena Nuding doing a good job of coming off her line quickly, making herself big and getting a vital touch on the ball. Anna Blesser plays it out wide. Pajor with a pullback. Another chance here. Great block. Fantastic block. Van Lunteren, I believe it was, putting her body on the line there. That's an impressive start here from the ladies in white. Asking all the questions early on. Put out of play by Kirchberger, who's been right in the thick of things from the get-go. Wolfsburg will have a corner now. Jeanette Jakabfi very nearly getting on the end of that first opportunity, which forced the save from Nuding. Delivery is low, and it's a well-worked corner kick. Not a bad idea. Caroline Graham Hansen with the effort from outside the 16-yard box, unable to find the target though. Straight off the training ground, that one. Sharon Beck running into trouble there. Does well to come away with the throw for a side though. There we have Jens Scheuer, the Freiburg manager. This will be one of his last games with these players and with this club. Will be taking over at Bayern Munich next season and is eager to finish his tenure here on a high. What an achievement it would be to lift the DFB Cup. Decent layoff. Hasn't quite worked out though. That's good control there from Sharon Beck, looking to play the ball forward and find a teammate, Sandra Starker there, but good covering back. Stegemann with some tricky feats. Now Beck caught in the corner. Looked like she was trying to win herself a throw in there, trying to play the ball off the defender, but the throw in does come eventually. Put out of play by Nilla Fischer. Very much the lady in charge here for Wolfsburg. Good pressing here from the ladies in white. Looking to defend from the front, trying to win the ball back in a dangerous position. And keep the pressure on Freiburg, not giving them any time on the ball. There we have it again. And that is what happens. Chance now for Wolfsburg to transition into attack now. Taking their time with the build-up. Just not enough mustard behind that one. And easily picked off in the end by Julia Grin. But then given away cheaply again. Wolfsburg back in possession now. And will look to build from the back again. Lovely cushioned header out wide. Freiburg need to be careful and make sure that Wolfsburg don't settle into this game too quickly. They do seem to be knocking the ball around nicely, confidently, starting to find their rhythm nice and early as well with, well, a little over 5 minutes gone. Set piece situation here. Freiburg need to defend this. Pop with the delivery. Header away by Schöne. Not very nearly kept in play there by Lena Gößling. Back with the layoff now. Chance perhaps for Sandra Starker. Plays the ball back inside. Final touch coming off Greta Stegemann. And Wolfsburg with the throw. Payot unable to control that one. It's the 41st meeting in all competitions between these two sides. Wolfsburg with 26 wins out of the previous 40. Just 3 times a draw between these two sides, so more often than not we will have a winner, and with it being a final, there's no doubt we'll have a winner today. Attempted an early cross in there from Stegemann, and then a fantastic opportunity which followed. Clara Bull very nearly finding the bottom left corner from distance as well. It was actually Anja Maike Hegenauer who got the shot off. Schulten goal, scrambling across at full stretch. Certainly looked worried for a moment there, and Freiburg now starting to find a little bit of rhythm of their own. Starke. Hegenauer. Julia Gwyn looking for options, decides to go back inside, probably picking the wrong one there, but Freiburg doing their best to hold on to possession here. And they do that with Beck. Now, early pressure on the number 10. Played out wide by Minge. We'll get the ball back. Lovely little cut back there from the number 9. Has her pocket picked, and how about that for a ball? Eva Paya cutting back inside. Lovely ball. Anna Blesser wanted a slightly better ball, just a little bit more pace on it, would have given her something to latch onto there. Was the right idea though by Harder. Thumbs up from her colleague. Stefan Lerch there, doing a fantastic job in charge of this Wolfsburg team. Lena Gößling prepares to send one into the danger zone here. Not a bad delivery. Just wouldn't fall kindly enough. Danger not over yet though. Or is it? Fantastic interception and a chance to break away here. As Bull chases, but it's out of reach. Freiburg will have a corner though, or a throw-in should I say, excuse me. Played back to Schultz. Decent clearance from the keeper. He's trying to find a teammate, as is the Wolfsburg way, rather than simply booting the ball upfield aimlessly. Stegemann over the top, does well to find Beck. Lovely ball back inside. Great little nutmeg. Still going. Chance here. Great save by Schultz. And what an opportunity for Clara Bull there. Attack still on. Wolfsburg struggling to clear their lines at the moment. Chance to shoot perhaps. Good block. And another. That won't trouble Schultz in the end, but a decent chance there. Janine Minge getting, well, the better of the defenders. And Julia Gwyn with the final opportunity. And that was the Clara Bull chance, probably the best of the 3. Fantastic stop by Schultz, that's why she's Germany's number 1. Goes into the splits, and a lovely right-footed save there from the Wolfsburg keeper. So nothing to separate these two sides after the first quarter hour of the game. Still a 0-0, not a bad cross inside, no one there to latch onto the end of it. Eva Paya was doing her best to try and get on the end of the Jakobfi delivery, but was just a little too late to the party. Easy catch in the end for Lena Nudek. Good pressure by Beck. Freiburg in number 10 has started this game impressively. Freiburg are always going to need their big-name players to step up here for this final. Oh, Sharon Beck leading by example so far. Although Clara Bull has looked very zippy indeed. Certainly looks like she's in the mood to get her name on the score sheet as well. And leading the line for the Freiburg team. Higinauer with a final touch, puts the ball out of play. But again, good pressure from Freiburg. Closing down as well. And that will be a free kick. A little too aggressive for Susanne Kunkel's liking there. Sara Björk Gunnarsdottir going through the player rather than making contact with the ball. Not shy of putting a tackle in. Wolfsburg number 7. Hopeful ball forward there. Dealt with by Nila Fischer. And now the free kick goes the other way. Slightly painful one, it would seem, for Hansen there. And just a word of warning for Janina Minge. Just a little out of control there with her challenge. No cards shown, no. Stefan Lech there with a few little pointers for Pernille Harder. And Hansen back to her feet. And it looks like she'll be able to continue. Long ball over the top. Freiburg unable to deal with the danger straight away. Instead, have to put the ball out of play there. Janina Minge not taking any chances. Wolfsburg taking their throw quickly, but it amounts to nothing in the end. Jakobfi unable to control the ball with her head. Well, it really would be an astonishing achievement if Wolfsburg can make it 5 cup titles in a row, back-to-back. Less than 90 minutes away from writing history. But the same can be said for Freiburg. What a way to end your time as manager. And Freiburg can lift the trophy. I'm sure Jens Scheuer will be a very, very happy man. Not to mention his players. And Freiburg, they have found their way into this game now. They started on the back foot, and you did worry for a moment that perhaps Wolfsburg were going to take control of this game early and then, well, never look back, as we've seen them do so many times already this season, not just in the cup, but in the league as well. But Freiburg have done really well to find their way back into this game and make it much more of an even affair now. And the ladies in black and red, probably with the best chance of the game so far. And they continue to win the ball back in interesting positions here, promising positions. Just unable to always turn that into a quick counter. Of course, always weary of committing too many players forward. Well aware of, should I say, how quickly Wolfsburg can catch you out. They can break with such pace. And when they get into goal-scoring positions, well, they're as efficient as it gets. Bless it. A long throw. Decent effort there from Hansen to try and bring the ball back across the face of goal. And heart-in-mouth moment there for a few of the Freiburg fans here in the Rhein-Energie Stadium. The ball bouncing a little higher than I think they and both Lena Nuding expected. But Nuding able to get both hands on the ball in the end. That's good play there from Harder. Now Hansen on the move, sends it out wide. I'm not sure whether that was a cross or a shot. Either way, Wolfsburg have the corner with Gwyn getting the final touch. There's another look at that chance that almost was. Always had it covered though, Nuding. In comes the delivery, not a bad one either. Good header away in the end there by Lunteren. Danger not over yet though. Oh, lovely cut inside. Couldn't find the cross to match, maybe on the second attempt, Lena Gustling. Well, the answer is no. Did oh so well initially. Just couldn't cap off the move with a cross that, well, that's the move deserved, really. Great little back heel and very nearly linking up well there. Pushing the back there by Beck on a pop. Alexandra Popp, of course, one of the most prolific strikers in German football. Not just at club level, but for Team Germany as well. 5 appearances away from her 100th with the national side. 45 goals scored in that time. Very impressive indeed. Well, it has to be said, neither side really been able to shift into 5th gear, let alone 4th just yet, you feel. Still plenty to come from both these teams. Question is, who can shift into a fourth or fifth gear first? A little bit back and forth at the moment. Neither team really where they feel they should be, where they want to be. Well, no free kick given. Not a bad ball over the top there. Very nearly the perfect pass for Clara Bull. Well, the experienced Nilla Fischer reading that one perfectly. Well, and that's the free kick Payot wanted. She felt she was brought down unfairly there. And you could argue she did have a point there. Schöne back for Kirchberger. Now with Schöne again. Captain always with the head up, always looking forward. Eager to keep the ball moving. That's good play from Freiburg here. Stake him up. Well, slightly risky there from Kirchberger, but it's a player with such confidence. Oh, great ball inside for Beck. Beck has a crack. Straight down the middle, though. I wonder if she could have slipped in her teammate to her right there, which I believe was Clara Bull. Looked like she was in space, but once Beck was in that position, she was always going to take the shot, wasn't she? Oh, lovely ball out wide. A real shame, Hansen unable to get on the end of it. Thumbs up from her. Would have been in acres of space. Just letting that one get away from her. Game starting to open up a little now. Jakalfi centers it on the edge of the penalty area, and then given away after a heavy first touch. Now Clara Bull on her way, looking for a way past Nilla Fischer, who does just enough to block off the Freiburg number 21. Once again, experience coming into play there from the Wolfsburg captain. Doing just enough to put off the Freiburg striker and allow Schultz to come out and meet the ball. Well, another free kick goes against Ikunosdottir. Definitely one of the more physical players in the game. Never afraid of getting stuck in, that's for sure. Important interception there from Clara Schöne. Well, Freiburg have done a really good job of closing all the channels, especially out wide. Wolfsburg struggling to keep hold of the ball. They started very well in terms of possession. Opening 5 minutes, you could argue they had the lion's share. But Freiburg have worked their way back into this game, and it's pretty much even Stevens now. Slight misunderstanding there. Out on the far side. Final ball from Hagenauer, well off the mark. Expecting the run. And again, one back, just inside their own half. Oh, lovely ball, chested down beautifully. Chance here for Freiburg. Well, 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 what about that challenge there from Nilla Fischer? Certainly looked like there was contact on the Freiburg player, who's still down and in a little bit of pain. Sandra Starke with a fantastic run, beautifully controlling the ball. Have a look at that for a first touch. Well, well, that is borderline, if you ask me. You've seen penalties given for less. Whether or not there was enough contact to warrant a penalty, well, I'm not so sure. Thankfully, I'm just commentating and not refereeing. I can tell you that much. But again, Freiburg asking the questions now, knocking on the door. It was a wonderful ball to find Sandra Starke, who did oh so well once it came her way. Then tried to open herself up so that she could get that right-footed finish, most likely looking to play it back across Schultz. But unable to do so in the end, thanks to the Wolfsburg captain, Nilla Fischer, who has, well, played her part already here in this final. With just over half an hour gone in this first half. Still 0-0. Will there be a breakthrough in the first 45? At the moment, it looks like it may come from Freiburg rather than Wolfsburg. They're looking the more dangerous. And as this first half unfolds and heads into the final stretch before the break, it is the ladies in black and red that, well, seem to be pushing for that opener. That's a lovely ball out wide. There's Hansen, good cross as well. Kirchberger with the clearance at the near post. Great positioning from her. And it's another corner to Wolfsburg. They haven't been able to do much with the handful of corners they've already had. Is this the moment, perhaps? With the way the game has gone, you wouldn't be surprised if the opening goal came from a set-piece situation. Has had that sort of feel to it so far, with very little coming from open play. Well, a bit of a worrying moment there in the goal mouth. Lena Nuding getting a touch on the ball, but it wasn't the most convincing of touches, was it? And there's your reason why. Nilla Fischer crashing into the Freiburg keeper. And Nuding will pick up a free kick for her troubles as well. Paya starting to see more and more of the ball out on this wing, and again it's Kirchberger with the challenge. She really has had a fantastic start to this game. Wolfsburg players struggling to find a way past her so far. Well, there's another look at that challenge. I tell you what, well, actually Nilla Fischer just pulling away right at the end there. Punched away by Nuding. And then any follow-up clearance by Julia Green. Well, Jens Scheuer saying before the game that he wants his players to be active in their own rights and show their opponents respect, but not too much of it. He wants them to take a positive approach and be daring and confident in the way they're playing. And, well, his players out on the pitch have delivered so far. They can take plenty of positives from their performance. Well, effort from distance there. Not a bad one. That was going to take a little more from Alexandra Pop to trouble Elena Nuding. Pop certainly has the shooting boots in it, but just couldn't come up with the execution on that occasion. Didn't help, of course, that it was straight down the middle either side, and Nuding might have been in a little more trouble than she was. Fischer to Blesse. Pop doing her best to try and keep the ball and the move alive, but once again Kirchberger coming across, showing really good upper body strength there as well to just shield the ball out and over the line. Standout player of this first half for me, the Freiburg centre-back, has put together an almost perfect performance so far. Still plenty of football to be played though. Good header away by Schöne. And now the break is on for Freiburg. Chance here. Beck just losing her way slightly. Plays it across and back to Beck once more. Can she get the shot off? She can. And it's courageous defending. Anna Blesse getting across and getting the challenge in just in time as well. But Freiburg will be a little frustrated with that counter-attack. Simply didn't do enough with it, should I say. Beck struggling to carry the ball forward with pace, slowing the attack down. Then the 1-2. Also allowing Wolfsburg to get players back behind the ball. And the likes of Blesse to get across and get the tackle in. An important tackle it was as well. Not a bad cross. Still. Chance here. Beck. And Wolfsburg do eventually get themselves back on the ball, but not for very long. Kept in play out wide by Gvin. He's waiting for options, tries to dink it inside. We'll find Schöne. And then it's just one too many from the Freiburg ladies, but they are really starting to enjoy themselves now. They could arguably already be in the lead. Here's another chance at that counter-attacking chance that, well, faded into nothing, sadly. Beck really needs to be doing better at the beginning of that move. Just all a little too slow, really, and I'm sure she'll be well aware of it. You can see she's still a little frustrated with the outcome. As we edge closer to half-time here. Well, ball definitely out of play there. So yet another corner. Caroline Graham-Hansen with the delivery. Not a bad one either. Looking to find her captain, Fischer, there. Now perhaps, lovely ball inside. Cut back. Great punch away by Lena Nuding. Called into action at the near post, and boy, oh boy, has she delivered there. That was really good goalkeeping, not only to parry the ball away from close distance as well, with it coming at her at real pace, but she's able to push it out into an area where there are no attacking players, allowing her defenders to get the ball clear as quickly as possible. Lovely ball. Back inside to find Yakamfi. He tried to fizz one across the face of goal there with the outside of the right boot. And here come Freiburg again. Heavy first touch there. And that Clara Bull. Interesting ball there through the middle. Thumbs up from Eva Payot. I do wonder, perhaps the short ball out wide would have been the better option. Lena Gößling unable to keep that one in play. Less than 5 minutes of this first half, still to go, still 0-0 between Wolfsburg and Freiburg here in this women's DFB Cup final. We'll of course see a number of these players in action in the summer at the 2019 World Cup in France. The likes of Alexandra Popp, Lena Gößling, Sara Dorsun, and Almut Schult, of course, from Wolfsburg. Freiburg with Merle Froms and Julia Gwyn playing a big part in the recent national team games and friendlies as the build-up continues to the World Cup in France. Should be a fantastic tournament. Do make sure you join us for the action and try and support the German national side and their efforts as they look to bag themselves well, the biggest accolade in world football. Have a fantastic chance of doing so as well. Don't forget, of course, you can always find all the latest news and information with regards to both these sides in the DFB Cup. Well, that was a world-class effort from Eva Payot. Cross coming in behind the number 17. Great work from Harder to win the ball back. A lovely little dink inside, and then, well, Payot trying to get herself in the highlight reel with what would have been a fantastic goal. Had to improvise as the ball was played in behind her. And improvise she did. How about that for an effort as well? This time Yakamfi going for glory. Nothing wrong with that shot, just slightly off target. And Lena Nuding with plenty to think about. So far has been one of those finals that could still go either way. Obvious to say at 0-0, of course, but with the way both teams have approached the game, sort of shifted back and forth the momentum as well. Chances at both ends, good saves by both keepers. attractive football being played. Good link-up play, not just for Wolfsburg, but for Freiburg as well. Some great defending needed as well. Nilla Fischer at one end, and Virginia Kirchberger at the other. Pop does well there. Now Blesser. Crunching tackle. Doesn't come off in the end. Now perhaps a chance to break for Freiburg. Looking for the early ball forward for Clara Bühl, who's constantly on the move, offering herself up as an outlet, not just down the middle, but making runs out wide as well, and really trying to work that Wolfsburg back four even when she's not on the ball. So there it is, half-time in the Rhein-Energie Stadium. No goals to speak of so far, but a very, very entertaining final between Wolfsburg and Freiburg. Chances at both ends. Freiburg arguably with the more clear-cut chances, but Wolfsburg starting the better of the two. Freiburg then working their way back into what has now become a very tightly contested final, and sets us up wonderfully for what should be a fantastic second half. Make sure you join us for it, because it's only going to get better here for the Women's DFB Cup final between Wolfsburg and Freiburg, live for you here on DFB TV. Hello and a very warm welcome back to everyone joining us here on DFB TV for the 39th Women's DFB Cup Final. Coming to you live from the Rhein-Energie Stadium in Cologne. Fantastic turnout with regards to the support here. And it's been a fantastic final so far. Goalless first half, but plenty of chances at both ends. One could argue Freiburg probably with the better chances. Could have easily, not once, twice, but on 3 occasions taken the lead. However, Wolfsburg have had their opportunities as well. Neither side unable to find the back of the net so far. Both teams remain level at the end of 90 minutes. It will go straight to penalties here. Sandra Starke there, gearing herself up for the second half here, as we wait for Suzanne Kunkel, the referee, to get things underway again. And underway we now are here with the second half of this final. Freiburg now playing from left to right. Both sides out unchanged here for the second 45, it would seem. Payot with a layoff, decent cross in. Graham Hansen does well to stay on her feet. Thought about going down there for a second. With a dangerous challenge from Hegenauer there inside the box. And Wolfsburg picking up where they left off with another corner. Fair share of them in the first 45. Another opportunity to swing one into the box here. In comes the delivery. Not a bad one either. Header away by Clara Schöne. And Freiburg looking to break. Good tackle there by Peter. And now Wolfsburg back in possession. Strong start to this from the defending champions. Wolfsburg looking for their 5th back-to-back DFB Cup. There's Hansen again. All inside to Harder. Harder looking for the pass back inside. Had the right idea once again. Kirchberger there to deal with the danger. Standout performance from her. In the back 4 of Freiburg. That's good early pressure and possession here for Wolfsburg. Can they turn it into a goal though? That is the question. Harder looking to battle her way through a sea of red shirts there in the end. Nuden comes out to collect. Pernille Harder, second top goal scorer in the league this season. Only beaten to the post by her teammate Eva Payot. Puts the ball out of play there. Freiburg with a throw just inside their own half. It's fallen kindly here. Out wide now with Clara Bull. Fantastic tackle, but Bull able to hold on to it. We'll have another chance at putting a ball in. Unless Alexandra Pop can do something about it, and she can. Good upper body strength shown there from the Wolfsburg number 11. Getting back and helping out defensively. Good shoulder-to-shoulder engagement there. Nothing wrong with that. Lena Gößling with a hopeful ball forward. Picked off by Gvin. Two players that know each other well from the national team. Foul on Beck there. A free kick to Freiburg, just inside their own half. There's Kirchberger. Stegeman's a long throw down the line, comes straight back her way. Can't keep the ball in play though. Anna Blesse looking to take the throw quickly. Didn't see any options available. So goes for the long one down the line herself. With the same outcome. Julia Gvin. Back inside to Van Lunteren. Kirchberger will have to go back to her keeper, or will she not? Decides to play the ball forward, wins the throw in the process. Ball coming off harder in the end. Also in attendance and watching this final, Martina Vos Tecklenburg, the national team head coach. Plenty of her players in action here this afternoon or early evening. Well, really still is anyone's for the taking this final. Both teams very evenly matched. Still waiting for either to break the deadlock. Ball now with Almut Schultz. Nilla Fischer thinks about going back to her keeper again. Instead plays it short. Now on the ball once more. Lena Gößling. Lovely ball to find Harder. Harder again, looking for a first-time ball back inside. Now plays in Payot. Interesting build-up here for Wolfsburg, and that will be a free kick. Beck bringing Pop down with a little tug of the shirt there. And nice to see German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier enjoying himself here alongside DFB Vice President Hannelore Ratzeburg. Both will be taking part in the awards ceremony when it's all done and dusted, but still plenty to be decided yet. So, free kick for Wolfsburg and a chance for Hansen to swing one in. Oh, she's played it short. Clever little free kick this. Back out to Hansen once more. And very nearly finding the target there. I think Lena Nuding expecting that to go a little further over her crossbar than it did. Landing on the roof of the net. Well, probably out of play already by the time there was any danger. Well, shame that free kick didn't amount to anything. It was cleverly played on the ground rather than sent in high. And it looked like it had caught out the Freiburg defense, but perhaps a little more pace on the pass. Well, they would have been in a bit more trouble. Here is Harder again, still going. Lovely footwork off the post, and it's in. Payot picks up the pieces. All the hard work done by Pernilla Harder, but Payot in the right place at the right time, and Wolfsburg's two top goal scorers are linking up there. And the defending champions take the lead. Harder a little unfortunate not to get her name on the score sheet after some fantastic footwork. Opens herself up beautifully, takes the shot on her weaker foot as well. Bit of trickery to find a way past Desiree van Lunteren. Cracks the ball off the woodwork and then straight into the path of Eva Payot. And no mistakes with her finish. An easy tap in. And Wolfsburg 1-0 up here in the Women's DFB Cup final. Well, what kind of a reaction can we expect now? That's surely offside. Nifty little finish from Payot. But coming back from an offside position. Whistle was always going to go there. And that is, of course, what Wolfsburg bring to the table. One little moment of brilliance can just unlock things, and then before you know it, you find yourselves trailing. Important for Freiburg to just try and steady the ship again, get things back on track, and make sure Wolfsburg don't push on from here now and take control of this game. Freiburg do have their work cut out for them though. Wolfsburg yet to concede a single goal in this year's competition. Quite incredible, and very nearly taking a 2-goal lead there. Wonderful delivery to find Pernilla Harder at the far post, and a glancing header off target in the end. Could see what she was trying to do though, looking for that bottom right corner. Lena Nuding was in trouble. And Payot caught offside once again. That one a little closer though. As we slowly but surely head to the hour mark. Nifty little knock on there by Pernilla Harder. Good tackle. And then Clara Schöne returns the favour and picks up a free kick in the process. Like coming together there between her and Blesse. Towering header there. Keep the pressure on the Freiburg back line, and very nearly another opportunity. Payot again in an offside position. That will be the closest of the lot, if you ask me. Right idea, though. Taken quickly. Beck has had a quiet start to the second half so far. She will pick up a free kick there, though. Looks to take it quickly, and does. Payot's goal, Wolfsburg's 29th of the competition. Fantastic challenge there from Nilla Fischer. A little dink over the top. Payot will chase Kirchberger. He's hardly put a foot wrong all afternoon. Able to do the business once again there. Nice little layoff from Schöne. As Freiburg look to try and find a way through. Danger not over yet, though. Great work by Jakabfi, who will win a corner as well. Rewarded for her efforts as she takes a deep breath after a powerful run. Here's another look at that opening goal. The only goal of this final so far. Slightly fortunate for Eva Payot. But the hard work that came before that from Pernille Harder probably deserved the goal anyway. And just look what it means to them. Good block there from Schöne. That looked like it might have been on target. Hansen under pressure does really well. Fischer makes herself available. Ball down the line for Payot. Jakabfi will win the throw. And so there will be a substitution now for Freiburg, and it's the captain Clara Schöne coming off. Does make you wonder whether or not she's picked up a slight niggle, or whether it is just a tactical change. Either way, on to replace her, Rebecca Knack. And Knack will take over the captain's armband as well. Rebecca Knack with a decent performance for the national team recently as well, when they took on Japan in a friendly not too long ago, as part of the preparation for the World Cup in France this summer. Lena Nuding, quick off her line yet again. Good anticipation shown there from the Freiburg keeper. Offside called against their attacking teammates though. Peter. Quiet first half, Peter, but seeing A lot more of the ball here in the second. Lovely ball over the top. But again, Paya offside. That one was very close indeed. Looked like she was on to me there. Well, it doesn't get much closer. Kirchberger just about playing her offside. That could have very easily gone the other way though. Well, roughly 25 minutes left for Freiburg to try and salvage something from this final. They've made history with regards to their club by reaching this stage of the competition, but will be desperate to go one step further. And they find themselves with a small mountain to climb now, though, and the task of doing something that no other team has been able to do this season in the cup, and that is find the back of the net against Wolfsburg. Well, slightly wasted opportunity there, if you ask me. Caroline Graham-Hansen could have very easily shifted the ball out to her right there. Her teammate was in acres of space, would have been left with just the keeper to beat. Instead decided to go for glory herself with what was probably the more difficult of the two options. Although when you've got a one-goal cushion, easier to make that decision and have a crack yourself. But worryingly for Freiburg, since that goal, Wolfsburg really are taking control of this game, taking it by the scruff of the neck and starting to look more and more in control, more and more dangerous. Freiburg struggling to really hold on to the ball at the moment. Here is Harder. Good efforts going for the bottom left corner there. Lena Nuding not taking any chances, parries the ball away and out for a throw. And Harder really has been at the heart of everything going forward here in this second half. For the ladies in white. Here she is again. Decent pass. Finding Alexandra Pop, who gets the shot off. Can't find the target. Good block. Corner to Wolfsburg. Hansen with the delivery towards the back post. Finger tipped away. Only just once again. Pernilla Harder giving Lena Nuding something to think about. Peter does well. Another little dink in and very nearly. A good header by Paya. Knew she had to take it first time there. Couldn't quite see where Lena Nuding was, hoping that the keeper was perhaps coming out to collect and she could just nudge the ball past her. But Nuding once again reading the situation well, stays on her line and comes up trumps. Knack. Kirchberger to Van Lunteren. Decent build-up play this from Freiburg. Something we've seen far too little of here in the second 45 so far anyway. Now Knack. And the substitute came on to replace Clara Schöne. Still unsure whether or not Schöne had to go off due to injury or perhaps Jens Scheuer just with, well, a different approach needed. Lovely little dink over the top. Picked up by Buhl. Forced out wide. Able to find Beck. Good vision. Switches play out onto the left flank. Picked up by Stegemann. Great turn. Finds Beck on the edge of the penalty area. And perhaps just a little too tricky from Freiburg. Starke, I believe, just letting that one run in between her legs. No, it was actually Starke trying to get on the end of it. Julia Gwyn, the one allowing it to run through to Starke there. And it looks like Wolfsburg are ready to make their first substitution as well, so Jakabfi will be coming off. And on to replace her, the number 20, Pia-Sophie Volta. Good performance, much appreciated by her coaches as well there from Jeanette Jakabfi. Oh, lovely little drop of the shoulder there from Eva Pajor. Does well to win the corner, or the throw should I say as well. And now Lotzen will be coming on as well. She'll be replacing Hegenauer for Freiburg. So some fresh legs on here as we head into crunch time. Time slowly but surely running away from Freiburg here, and they trail by just the one goal. Not a bad cross, good punch away. Well, Lena Nuding in between the sticks for Freiburg really has had an impressive game here. Very little she could do about the only goal of the game so far. Everything she has been able to control, she has done so admirably. Still, it is becoming apparent why Wolfsburg came into this game as favourites. Already mentioned, very even first half, but Wolfsburg coming out with a job to do in the second. And so far, they have delivered, especially since scoring the opener. There really only has been one team asking the questions. Freiburg struggling to hold on to the ball. Nowhere near as much possession as they had in the first half, and that goal perhaps as well, just a little bump in the road for some of the players psychologically. A hurdle they've struggled to overcome. But with just the one goal separating these two sides, Freiburg still well and truly in this. They need to be careful though. Lovely ball. Great save again by Lena Nuding. And once again, Pajor and Harder linking up to cause Freiburg all sorts of problems. Quarter of an hour still to go. Here's another look. Harder with a great ball. Pajor does well to stay on her feet. And perhaps slightly off balance, the reason why she couldn't find a way past Lena Nuding, who again was quick to come off her line. Nuding's reading of the danger really has been fantastic here. Calm and composed play there from Alexandra Popp. Rebecca Knack, who does well under pressure, realised that way forward was closed off there. Van Lunteren. On to Julia Gvin. His ball back inside wasn't really the best. Ball given away a little too cheaply there. Something that Freiburg simply can't afford to do at this stage. Gosling. Not for the first time, looks at the high ball down the touchline on this near side. Decent cut back inside. And then just a little too many touches on the ball, really. Making life a little more difficult than they need to at times. Wolfsburg, not the worst problem to have. Well, Alexandra Popp decides to go for goal from a fair distance out there. Was going to take something special to trouble Lena Nuding, especially considering the form she's in today. Slight deflection, but never really a problem for the Freiburg keeper. That's a good ball. Definitely not offside this time. Payor. Heavy first touch off the right knee. She knows it. That could have very easily been 2-0. Just letting that one get away from it. Well, ball played. Right decision. Gunnarsdottir with the ball forward. Fantastic challenge from Popp there. Knack not expecting it. Could have done with a shout there. Freiburg managed to hold on to the ball though. Now, can they play their way out of trouble? Desperate for a decent spell of possession here. Can't afford to give the ball away like that, especially not in their own half. Now Wolfsburg come forward again. Seem to be growing with confidence with every minute that passes here. That will be a free kick. I think it's going to go against Popp. It looks like she's come off worse after that challenge. Oh, Lotzen just crashing into it. Not on purpose though. Pop back to her feet and ready to go again. Difficult situation Freiburg find themselves in. Knowing when the right time to commit is, there will come the stage where they're just going to have to go for it. With time running out, of course, you leave yourself open for the counter-attack then, and there's no team better than Wolfsburg when it comes to taking chances. They might have one here. Early ball in towards the back post. No one there to latch onto it, though. Kept in play, though. Well, not a bad effort from Pop. Better than the one before it. Still unable to find the target, though. Just slid across that one. Harder getting just enough of a touch on that to allow the ball to slip away from the substitute Lodson. Peter unable to keep that one in play. Needs to keep her eye on the ball here. Good challenge from Beck, but it's given the ball to the opponents in the form of a player. And Nila Fischer showing a wealth of experience there, well aware of the clock ticking away, happy to go back to her keeper and just run down the clock. Harder, he has had a fantastic second half. Arguably the player who changed things and turned a very even match into much more of a one-sided affair. Lovely ball down the line. Pajor will take her time with it. Can't find a way past Greta Stegemann though. Wolfsburg able to hold on to it. Classy stuff from Pop. Playing a much deeper role here for Wolfsburg than she does with the national team. A slight misunderstanding there between Harder and Graham Hansen. Just over 5 minutes to go. Can Freiburg send this into a penalty shootout? Or will it be decided after 90 minutes? Pajor is quick, showing off that pace of hers there against Kierberger, who once again does enough to just put her off slightly. That ball just out of play there. Although Hansen arguing her case that it stayed within the line. Freiburg desperately trying to find a way out of their own half here at the moment. Now Knack. Immediately put under pressure by Gunnarsdottir. And back come Wolfsburg in the other direction. Chance here for Hansen. Well, she was trying to get it onto her right foot for the finish. She might not need to. What a save that was by Lena Nuding. An unbelievable one-handed stop from the Freiburg keeper. And she might have just done enough to keep Freiburg in this. Well, she's definitely kept them in it. 2-0 at this stage, and that would have been game over. But have another look at this stop. That is world class. Well, we've said she's been having a fantastic game, and that save there just sums up her performance. Even if she ends up being on the losing side here. I was so caught up in the brilliance of that save, I was unable to pick out who the shot came from. Final few minutes now. Freiburg need to get the ball forward and into the Wolfsburg half. Moving in the wrong direction at the moment. Wolfsburg pressing high. Well, that's a miss hit. Will it be a costly one? Payot. Peter to Hansen. Back to Peter once more. In comes the cross. It's not a bad one. And that, well, that looked like it was in the back of the net. Payot with yet another chance. Well, the only goal scorer of the game. Could have had a hat-trick. Trying to catch out Lena Nuding at the near post. Wasn't far away from doing just that. Here she is again. Well, gets the final touch as well. So Freiburg with the throw, quick to take it. Here is Beck. Does really well under pressure. But again, Freiburg just can't hold on to the ball. Nowhere near as convincing as they were in the first half. Some of that credit has to, of course, go to Wolfsburg, who certainly upped their game after the break. Freiburg unable to keep up, really. I also get the feeling there's a few heavy legs out there now. Especially in the second half. Have had to do a lot of chasing of the ball. Always more energy consuming without the ball than with it. There is Harder. Van Lunteren hoping for the throw there, but Harder knew exactly what she was doing, heading for the corner flag. Just looking to run the clock down into the final minute we are already. And now there will be a substitution in an attempt to try and eat up a few more seconds. And it's the goal scorer, possibly the final winner. Eva Payot will come off now. Will be replaced by Ella Massa-McLeod. Already into stoppage time here. It would seem we are on the verge of a 5th Wolfsburg Cup title in a row, matching the record set by Frankfurt. And Peter will go backwards rather than forwards. Schultz not taking any chances, sends the ball back upfield. And Eva Payo urging her players on from the sideline. And that will be into the hands of Almut Schultz. Surely not long to go now. Well, the Wolfsburg players on the sideline lining up as they ready themselves to storm the pitch in celebration. And there it is. The 2019 Women's DFB Cup champions are VfL Wolfsburg for the 5th season in a row. Absolutely sensational stuff from them. They've done it without conceding as well, which is, well, an absolutely tremendous achievement in itself. Never mind now being able to lift the trophy. And with that, they match Frankfurt for the record of the most titles back-to-back. Poor Lena Nuding in goal today. Fantastic performance from her. A very good performance from Freiburg as well. The scoreline tells you the whole story, really. Especially in the first half. They just took their foot off the pedal in the second, though, and it cost them dearly. But the standout performer, as far as I'm concerned, for Freiburg was their keeper, Lena Nuding. And then the match winner, well, on paper, might be Eva Payo, but for me, Pernilla Harder really stepped up in the second half, was the driving force for Wolfsburg, getting eager to get on the ball time and time again, was confident with it, powering forward, and you can see the frustration on the Freiburg players' faces. They know just how close they were, especially after that first half performance. They really had a chance to cause an upset here today, and perhaps just didn't quite have enough left in the tank in the second half. But they can be more than proud of their performance, not just here this evening, but throughout the competition. A wonderful, wonderful effort from the Freiburg side. But in the end, the trophy goes to the team who deserves it, and that is Wolfsburg. Not the end to his time with Freiburg that he would have hoped for. Jens Scheuer will be moving on to Bayern Munich next season, but he can be proud of what he's leaving behind. And that man is all smiles. Stefan Lerch, the Wolfsburg manager, the mastermind behind, well, arguably one of the greatest teams in German women's football. Don't forget, for all the latest news to do with German women's football, just head on over to the DFB website. You can, of course, follow everything on Twitter as well and all the social media channels. So make sure you sign up and get involved, have your say, and show the ladies the support they will need, with a large number of them on your screen here. We'll be traveling to France in the summer with the national side for the World Cup, and we, of course, will be there with you as well. So do make sure you join us. as we get ready for the award ceremony now. Well, it is never easy to see the face of the players on the losing side, but that's all part and parcel of football. Hurts that so much more though when you make it all the way to the final and then just fall short, especially losing by just the one goal. However, Wolfsburg could have had 2 or 3 in the second half, if we're completely honest. Freiburg putting up a great fight for 45 minutes, but then it just ran away from them. Nilla Fischer carrying Sara Björk Gunnarsdottir there as the Wolfsburg players make their way over to their fans. They've made the journey here to Cologne. Fantastic support for both sides. And it really is great to see how far women's football is coming. Finally getting the recognition it deserves, and the players are producing the goods out on the pitch. The standard really is raising year by year. An entertaining final and a fantastic, fantastic showing for women's football, not just in Germany, but worldwide. Absolute pleasure to be a part of it, and a great final to have watched. We hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as we and I have. Congratulations go out to the ladies of Wolfsburg. Commiserations for the ladies from Freiburg. But both sets of players coming together to put on a real show here in the Rhein-Energie Stadium. And it's the 39th installment of the Women's DFB Cup final. Sharon Beck there, mustering up enough confidence to make her way over to the fans and show her appreciation for their support as well. Tough pill to swallow, of course. Not an easy job. But the fans showing just what they think of this team's performance this season. Not going to be an easy evening for them, that's for sure. Especially when you get away from the stadium, things quiet down and you've got time to think about what could have been. It'll be an uneasy night's sleep, I'm sure, for some of them. But a learning experience at the same time. And so many positives to take away from the game for Lena Nuding and company. And Alma Schultz already getting the party started. Players and fans getting involved now. Wonderful scenes here in Cologne. And the dancing gets going. And who knows, perhaps 1 or 2 future cup winners out in that audience as well. Fantastic role models, these players. Pushing the game forward and into the limelight with every game they play. And inspiring young players all over to get involved now that they can see what's possible. And just how much appreciation there is out there for the ladies' game. The future of women's football in Germany, at least, is looking very, very bright indeed. there'll be plenty of smiles amongst this group of players for, well, not just the rest of the evening, but the rest of the week. However, a large number of them will have to put the celebrations to bed rather quickly, with one eye still on the World Cup in France this summer. Plenty of football still to be played for some of them. Fantastic performance from that young lady, Pernille Harder. Really laying down a marker in the second half with her performance. And you could just see her teammates growing in confidence around her as she did so. And Eva Pajot, who has been in fine goal-scoring form for Wolfsburg this season, continues to impress, once again getting her name on the score sheet. And that arguably one of the most important goals of the season. The difference on the day. Well, after this, it's back to business in the Bundesliga for both these sides. Wolfsburg travel to Hoffenheim for the penultimate game of the season, while Freiburg make the trip to Munich to take on Bayern. Kirchberger there, a fantastic defensive display from her at the back for Freiburg. Did her best to keep Wolfsburg out, but couldn't do very much about the goal, which was then scored. So the players are lining up now as we slowly but surely get ready for the award ceremony. And last but not least as well, of course, a very, very solid performance from the referee team under the guidance of Suzanne Kunkel. Did really well. It was a very, very fair game. No surprise that both these sides top the fair play table in the women's top flight of German football. A lot of respect between both these sides, and it was there to see on the pitch as well, which just adds to the brilliance of this final. Really was something to behold. Everyone getting in position to get the perfect picture, which will surely be on the front pages tomorrow morning. So bringing the trophy out and onto the pitch will be Horst Rubesch. it is, just moments away from those ladies on your screen right now, getting their hands on that trophy. All the season's hard work comes down to moments like these. And here we have German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier making his way out, joined by DFB Vice President Hannelore Ratzeburg and the DFB Women's National Team head coach Martine Vos-Zeckelenburg, who will be in charge of trying to secure a trophy of her own. The trophy of all trophies with Germany this summer at the World Cup. First time to recognize the referees. Fantastic job. Very, very professional performance. Not a single bad decision or foot wrong. A picture-perfect performance from Suzanne Kunkel and company. And always important to point out good performance, or good performances, should I say, from referees. Always very quick to point out their mistakes, but very rarely do we recognize when they get everything right. And I think it's just as important, if not more so. Well, next up, probably one of the more difficult parts of being a professional football player, making your way up to a podium, but not to lift the trophy. A real learning experience for a lot of these Freiburg players as they slowly but surely trudge their way towards the podium to pick up their medals. Medals which, in a few years, they might look back on with pride, but always hard on the day, of course, to see the big picture. And overall, Freiburg, a real power package in this year's DFB Cup. Fantastic performances from them, powering their way through each and every round, scoring for fun in most of the games and conceding just the one goal against Borussia Mönchengladbach in the quarterfinals. Apart from that, a perfect route to the final, and very nearly doing the damage here against Wolfsburg. If only what could have been will be the questions, but they matched them attack for attack in the first half. One could argue they were perhaps the better side after 45 minutes, certainly had the better chances. But then Wolfsburg's class coming through in the second 45, where they just took control of the game. And Freiburg then struggled really to find that form from the first 45 and replicate it in the second. Perhaps a little tired as well, having put so much effort into that first part of the game. Perhaps a little too much, and in the end, Wolfsburg probably deserved to come away with the trophy. But, you know, a goal in the first half could have been a very, very different game. Who knows how Wolfsburg would have reacted. Julia Gvin there will be part of the World Cup this summer. Might yet lift a trophy this season, even if it's not with Freiburg. Freiburg, of course, still points to play for. SC Sant just behind them in 8th place in the league, and a trail by just the 4 points, 2 games left, of course. And Freiburg, of course, could still close the gap on Frankfurt. Frankfurt just 3 points ahead of them on 28 points. Freiburg on 25. So 6th place in the league, still a possibility. Well, still difficult to take for some of the players, which is no surprise, of course. The management and coaching staff picking up their medals as well. It is always a team effort, of course. Nice to see some of the Freiburg players still able to put a smile on their face. An emotional day for Jens Scheuer, of course, who would have loved to have ended things here with a trophy. Still, we'll have 2 more games in charge before making the move to Bayern Munich. Should be an interesting game for Freiburg when they take on Bayern Munich next in the league. And the final few medals are being handed out before we get to the gold ones. And that coveted trophy as well, of course. And great pictures here. Martina Voss-Tecklenburg showing her appreciation for the job that man has done with Freiburg. And now just moments away. As the Wolfsburg players make their way towards the podium to pick up their gold medals first. Wolfsburg picking up their 6th DFB Cup in 7 seasons. Absolutely incredible. Anna Blessett getting a hug there from Hannelore Ratzeburg. Alexander Popp, just how important will she be to Germany and to Martina Voss-Tecklenburg this summer? As always, feel free to get involved on Twitter and all the other social media channels and have your say. What did you guys think of the final? What was your standout moment? Who was your standout player? Plenty to talk about. Sara Björk Gunnarsdottir getting an early kiss on the trophy. As she and her teammates eagerly wait to lift it into the air for the 5th time in a row. For the 6th time in 7 years. Only Frankfurt have won 5 back-to-back trophies. Wolfsburg can now say they have done the same. Coaching staff picking up their medals. The ladies already getting the party started. Fantastic pictures as well we're able to bring you. And last but not least, Nilla Fischer will pick up that final medal and make her way over to that trophy. Not before Stefan Lech is shown the appreciation that he deserves for a fantastic job he continues to do here with VfL Wolfsburg. And now Nilla Fischer picks up her medal. Frank-Walter Steinmeier hands over the trophy. And VfL Wolfsburg are your 2018-19 DFB Cup champions. An incredible team, an incredible team effort, an incredible final, and wonderful scenes here in Cologne as another fantastic installment of this competition comes to an end, and it's a fitting end as well, a final that did not fail to deliver. End-to-end stuff in the first half. And then a classy performance from the now champions in the second to get the job done, get over the finish line, and hoist that trophy into the air here in the Rhein-Energie Stadium. The season not quite over just yet, still 2 games to play, but plenty of women's football still to come this summer. So make sure you jot that down into your calendar. It will be a spectacle, that is for sure. And Team Germany in with a real shout of taking the title. So it's all she wrote here in Cologne. We have our champions. They go by the name of VfL Wolfsburg. The only goal of the game coming from Eva Pajor. And a wonderful way to finish off a fantastic 1st of May. Thank you for joining us. Please make sure you do next time. As always, get involved on all the social media channels. But from me, that's all for now. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for being a part of it and allowing me to be a part of it with you as well. The DFB Cup champions 2019, VfL Wolfsburg. Take care and good night.